Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I'm happy to have you guys here. So this is the third installment in this building a random team with whoever I pull series. In the first video, we pulled a bunch of, well, pretty underwhelming rares.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Let me handle this. That idea is just the worst.
The second video, though, we pulled some really nice epics.
Am I supposed to encourage you, or can I tell you it's a bad idea right away?
Well, I'll let you guys check out those videos in case you missed them.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
And today we're going to use the same format that we did in that video. So I'm going to open up 40 ancient shards. I'm going to choose one champion from each batch or each group of 10 shards. And then we're going to open our last one from a sacred shard. So let's see what we get and make our choices here, guys. All right, a legendary would be really cool. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, we get Mordecai. Okay. For me, it comes down to Mordecai. Probably going to be Mordecai, right? He's got the turn meter starting decreasing by 15%. Turn meter fill on allies, has the HP burn, of course, on his A3 with increased attack. So a really nice burner to have on my team. Known for being a spider champion, but certainly can be used in other areas as well. The other consideration would be Valerie, who I'm a big fan of. She's a farmable rare champion. Increase the duration of all buffs. Also decrease the duration of all debuffs on all allies. Increase attack as well on a 3-turn cooldown, albeit the weak version. And then we have a shield on a 5-turn cooldown. A shield on a 5-turn isn't that insane. It does heal according to the number of buffs they're under, but I think it's a pretty no-brainer to go with Mordecai here, the only epic champion that we pulled in that batch. All right, next up. Berserker is really good in a stun set. Abyssal, very good in a stun set. I think we'll probably go either Berserker or Abyssal. I think we'll go with Abyssal because he can just bust out his A1, A1, A1. It's a decent, it's not super hard hitting, but it's a decently hard hitting AoE in the stun set on the A1, heal on the A2, and then increase defense and increase attack on all allies on a 4-turn cooldown. You know it's the weak version of both of these buffs, but sometimes you gotta go with what you have. I will take it. So I think Abyssal is gonna be my man here. So we have Mordecai and Abyssal so far. Okay. We have it's a matter of time before
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Jingle Hunter.
Disgusting creature.
Well, Jingle Hunter and a bunch of kind of underwhelming rares. I guess gonna be maxing out Jingle Hunter for the video today. He has a decreased speed on his A1. Not bad, 50% chance if it's critical. Has 100% freeze on the A2. And then on the A3, an AoE attack decreased turn meter if the attack is critical. Fills the champion's turn meter by 10% if the attack is critical. So we're obviously going to build him with 100% crit rate. He also has speed in arena battles by 24%, so we can use him as our speed lead. Any of you guys like Jingle Hunter out there? I've never built him, but we will today. All right, interesting team so far, huh? Okay. Grimskin? Okay. Grimskin actually hits hard.
No dad jokes?
Who the hell is this guy?
He has a 1 enemy, a decreased speed, another champion with decreased speed on the A1. Love to see it. A 2-time hitter with provoke on each hit. Okay, all right. Kind of an underwhelming A2. And then A3 and AoE, 100% chance win both to removing 1 buff from each target. So he's going to be our nuker, essentially, Grimskin. So no legendaries, unfortunately. I'm going to go with the epics for the most part here. And let's go ahead and see who our last champion is going to be. Boom! It's going to be, okay, Mausoleum Mage. Now we're talking.
I don't know if I'm the right person for that.
So now we have the big version of increased defense on the squad. I have to say, it's not a bad team, okay? We don't have a reviver. We don't have a debuffer, but we don't really need a debuffer in this game. You know, you guys know if you've been playing for any amount of time, it's really about building a tanky and strong team. That will help you out more on progression, stun locking, stuff like that. It's really not, we're not super concerned about time. we're concerned with actually getting these levels done. So let me go ahead and build all these champions, guys, and I will come back and share what we have with you. Be right back. All right, guys, so we have built all the champions, and I just ran them really quickly in a battle together, so we have them on my recently used first. Here's how I built them all. Mordecai, we have basically pretty fast in a double perception set for that accuracy at 302. That should be fine for whatever we're going to be doing with him today. And I built him kind of tanky, you know, a little bit. 3,500 defense. I didn't worry about his crit rate and his crit damage. I've noticed a lot of people when they build Mordecai, they built him as kind of a nuker. No reason at all to do that, right? Of course, extra damage out of his Purgatory A1 is nice to have, but there's no damage coming from his A2. It's just turn meter and control. And his A3, we're placing HP burn, so it doesn't do any damage. So I'm building him tankier for that reason. We have HP, or let's see, HP percentage on the chest, and we have defense percentage on the gauntlets, and again, triple perception to get that accuracy up. Here's the masteries that we went with on Mordecai. As you guys can see, pretty basic artifact build. On Mausoleum Mage, same thing with the artifacts, pretty basic there, guys. Healing masteries picked up on Mausoleum Mage because he does have that heal on his A3 and a cleanse. Very good ability. We didn't really talk about that too much during the preamble there when we were pulling the champions.
You never met a monster you couldn't love.
I put him in a shield set because I think it's good to have one shield set champion on the team. I don't know how much difficulties we're going to have staying alive, everybody. There's no reviver on this squad, so I'm going to need some support there. So I think a shield will be helpful. For that reason, I have HP percentage on his gauntlets and on his chest, and 71k gives him a nice girthy shield to start out every round on. I also built him pretty fast. Keep in mind, he is going to be cleansing on my team as well, not to mention healing and buffing and everything else that Mausoleum Mage does. So that's how I built him. Again, as I mentioned, HP, speed in the boots on all these champions, and we went with accuracy to land the decreased speed on the A1. However, if he's dying, I might need to go defense. I might need to go defense there, but I don't think he'll be dying. Not with that much HP. Anyway, with Grimskin, guys, check this out on Grimskin. His multipliers here. This is hellhades.com. Yo, what's up, Hades? How you doing, man? You look mad. You look mad today, dude.
Oh, why don't I give you a closer look?
Okay, where's multipliers? So we have a 2.8 multiplier on the A2, and we have a 3.9 on the AoE. A strong AoE attack, so I put him in Savage gear. He's the only champion in Savage on my team just to help clear the waves a little bit faster, and I can get by with putting him in Savage because he's a defense-based champion, so he has a lot of defense at 4,300. He's a little slow, but he does have crit damage on the gauntlets. Again, I thought we could get by with kind of a nuker build on this champion because somebody's going to be doing damage on this team, and he'll at least be able to stay alive. Defense percentage on the chest, speed on the boots, and then we went with accuracy on the banner. Of course, we do need accuracy for the A2 and the A3 ability to remove those buffs from the target, not to mention decreased speed. We have 3 champions with decreased speed. Am I right there? No, HP burn on him, decreased speed on the A1 of Mausoleum Mage, decreased speed on the A1 of, I thought I had a third one. Does, yes! Jingle Hunter has decreased speed as well. That's pretty great to have. So any boss that we can land decreased speed, we ought to be doing that. So on Jingle Hunter, he's kind of squishy. 35k, 2100, 100 and 211 on the crit rate, crit damage. I would have loved to put him in Savage gear for the arena specifically, because on his A2, I kind of misread it earlier, he's putting a freeze on all enemies if he's killing an enemy. So we really need to optimize damage here. As you guys can see, we have a 5.9 multiplier on this ability, so it's a strong single target nuke, and then a 3.8 multiplier on his AoE ability on his A3. So, you know, not too bad. He's going to be our aura lead for the arena. Masteries, I went with War Master. Again, I would go Helm Smasher if I'm just going to be using him in the arena, but, you know, I didn't put Savage Gear on him. I put Lifesteal instead, just try to keep this dude alive, right? So, we have him kind of fast. Again, crit rate, crit damage. We did go with HP and or defense on the ring. We went defense there. We did get a double roll on attack, so nice to have. Crit damage on the gauntlet, so we did build him as a nuker, just minus the Helm Smasher and Savage Gear. We'll see how we do with this build. I feel like Lifesteal will actually, you know, service in keeping him alive, right, which is the most important thing. And then we have a Bizzle in a control build. We have him in a stun set right now. We do have 100% crit rate, or over 100% crit rate on this champion. A lot of HP, a decent amount of defense. We don't care too much about the damage. Actually didn't do masteries on Abyssal. I don't think, I mean, We could go with them and we could pick up Fearsome Presence, but I think we can get by probably without it, especially as tanky as we built him. So for that, to that end, we have HP percentage on his chest. We do have crit rate on the gauntlets, and then we're looking for a little bit crit damage on the amulet, HP and HP again on the ring and the banner. So those are the builds, guys. Let's go ahead and try out, let's just try out Minotaur's Labyrinth and just see how the team does first. Then we'll kind of escalate the content, get a little bit more difficult as we go, okay? So let's see who's standout on this squad. Man, that Jingle Hunter. Ooh, okay.
Me? I'm not going anywhere.
I love the control that Mordecai brings to the table. Not to mention, oh, we popped off that enemy there, froze everybody else. So nice control already out the gate here. We haven't really even had to use too much Abyssal. I mean, granted, this is just Minotaur's Labyrinth, so it's not like we're going against a level 25 dungeon. I just wanted to kind of get a damage check and see how this team's going to kind of synergize together. I will be taking Abyssal off the team for the arena. Obviously, we can only use 4 champions. I'm going to go with all the epic champions, right? So here we go. Grimskin hits pretty hard, too. I have to say, out the gate, pretty impressed with these champions. Pretty impressed. Maybe we should have tried Nightmare. No. This is more difficult than Nightmare Campaign, wouldn't you say? I don't know. Either way, we ought to be able to kill this Minotaur without any issues whatsoever. I will say the shield is helping as well. In terms of where this team is weak, support, all we have is that you know, semi-small heal of Mausoleum Mage on a 4-turn cooldown. That's really it in terms of support on this team. So it's nice that we have the increased defense both on Abyssal and on Mausoleum Mage. Obviously more dependable and the big version on a 3-turn cooldown with block debuffs on Mausoleum Mage. Just what an incredible champion overall. So the War Master obviously helping out on almost all of these champions as well. And we get the job done here. Let's see, Jingle Hunter put out a lot of damage there, and Grimskin also, hey, we're farming Abyssal Masteries. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. I love it. Not having to Dirty Gems spend 800 for all these champions. Jingle Hunter put out the most damage, and then Grimskin coming in behind. Those are our 2 kind of nukers in this team. So, makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and graduate a little bit here, guys. Actually, before we go into Dragon, let's go into the arena really quickly here. Let's have some fun. Okay, do you think we're going to be able to beat this team? I don't know, guys.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
All right, we'll go over here. Again, let's kind of escalate, you know, in terms of the difficulty. We only really, actually, we have Jingle Hunter. My bad. I was going to say, we only have Mordecai for an aura lead, accuracy in all battles for PvE content, but we can run Jingle Hunter and get that extra speed in the arena. So let's see how we do against this team. I fear we might die. It is more to macabre, after all, where every time you go against him, you know what happens, right? I think I'm going to go ahead and just come in with Time's Undoing first for some control. We did go first. Let's go ahead and buff the squad. And then let's see what we can do here. I'm tempted to try to go in and kill Drexstar. I'm just not sure if we can do it. What do you guys think? Do you think we can freeze everybody and try to kill Drexstar? Let's try it. Boom. Oh.
Why are we still here?
Okay. Should have went with the A3. Note to self. Hey, Grimskin comes in with a big hit. You love that. Mortal Macabre, you can't even touch us, man. So the Drakes, I love you. I love you, Sil. But not today. Not today, sweetheart. All right, here we go. Boom. A3. Yeah, let's cleanse. Let's cleanse that. Remove all that junk. Now we can come in with the A3. Boom. Okay. Grimskin, counting on you, man. Take out Sil the Drakes. Boom. Dead. Reviver down. Okay. Not too bad, squad. Not too bad. Very tanky team, too, right? With the exception of Jingle Hunter, but we do have the shield to help us out, you know? Here we go. All right, let's move it on down. Let's see what kind of team we can face next here. Okay, how about this team? Picking easier teams, to be fair. I'm running a team of all unorthodox epics for the arena, at least. But that's the fun of these videos. That's why I love doing it, right? All right, so can we kill anybody? Probably not going to be able to kill Sepulture Sentinel. And they have block debuffs anyway, so let's go in with the A3. Not bad, right? Considering we don't have a debuffer on the team. There's no decreased defense weakened champion on our squad. Let's remove a random buff from each target. They've got enough of them, right? Boom. Not too bad. Okay, gonna need that cleanse there. Perfect timing. Man, Mausoleum Mage, what a beast. What a beast. Come in, reduce their turn meter. Okay, here we go. Let's try to kill they have block DBS anyway. Let's try to kill her anyway. Okay, so that A2 just isn't... Frankly, it's not as hard hitting as I thought it would be. Granted, he doesn't have Helm Smasher or the Savage Gear. Maybe we could. Who knows? Maybe we could have killed them if we did have that. Let's go after Syl again. Sorry to pick on you, Syl. I need to take the Reviver down first. Harvest Jack, too. This is one of my next champions to build, my next legendaries to build. Really excited to try him out. Hate the True Fear everywhere that he's going to be placing. Okay, keep poking at Syl. Even though it's a bad... okay, let's just go in with that H. Let's get that increased defense up here. Let's take care of... Take care here. Boom, 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 boom. Increased defense obviously is helping with more damage out of Grimskin. I think we can just go ahead and put it on auto from here on out now that the Reviver is down. Really nice to have defense-based nukers, especially on a go-second team in the arena, because you have that increased defense buff like Mausoleum Mage has, and you're going to be good to go, right? So much extra damage. And, not to mention, you help them stay alive longer, right? So... Not the fastest team in the world, but there we go. Obviously, debuff going to be blocked there, the freeze, because of the block debuffs. But we're going to get these guys down. Not too bad, right? Not too bad, this squad in the arena. I kind of like it. Now, if I had to change anything about this team, I guess I would take probably Mordecai out. Though I will say, his A2 is nice opener for control, and he's the fastest champion on the team, so really, he's well-suited for the squad here. He's well-suited. But if I was just going to run, a Jingle... any of you guys relied to ask you earlier, too, when I pulled them, but I've never played at all Grimskin or Jingle Hunter. Any of you guys use these champions? Jingle Hunter's not bad, I want to say, for an early speed option in the arena, right? For a speed or a lead, that is. Has that nice control in the A2. Certainly not, my favorite... Okay, game over, bye-bye. Well, when we don't go first, we're gonna be screwed. Well, it's not game over quite yet. There we go, So didn't get the job done there, guys. All right, let's move on to Dragon's Lair and see how, actually, let's just do one more refresh here. Let's go again, let me end on a win, guys. Let me feel good about myself. My squad here. We didn't take it off auto. He went in with the A3 instead. Again, we'd much prefer him go in with... Oh, look at that, man. With the A2. Reduce that turn meter. Okay, we can't let Ugo be the last woman standing. She'll revive everybody. Another Syl here. Man, I feel like I'm picking on Syl the race. Can we land a decreased speed? No, we can't. But... Looks like we're going to be A-okay. We do land that provoke. There we go, man. Hey, I'm proud of this little team, man. I'm proud of this team. Grimskin especially, man. What a nuker. What a defense-based nuker. I had him listed on my best defensive nukers in the game, but I had never actually played him. When I put him there, I just knew that the multipliers were really insane on that champion. I think he was like number 8 or so in the game, so not too bad for an epic champion. All right, guys, let's go to level 20, Dragon's Lair. We got the whole team. Mordecai's back in the team lead with that accuracy. Let's see how the squad does before I let you guys go. I gotta say, I'm pretty confident this team can clear, Ice Golem, can certainly clear Dragon, I'm hoping. I don't want to speak too soon. Dragon can hit hard, man, and we're not going to be able to do enough damage to mitigate his inhale ability, when he does that extra damage. So we might lose somebody. We're going against Force Affinity here. Magic Affinity. So we are going to have a weak matchup on Jingle Hunter and Abyssal, but I think we'll still get the job done, making quick work of these waves. You know what, guys? I'll come back at you when we get to the Dragon. Be right back. All right, guys, here we are at the Dragon, and it bears repeating. I mentioned at the beginning of the video as well. We talked about it on Mordecai too, but, I see so many early players, especially if you've been playing for just a few months in the game, even more seasoned players, right? Just going way too hard on crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, on champions that either don't need it or, your team is no good if you're just dying, right? I mean, what does it matter how fast you can clear a dungeon if, you know, you're dying before you can clear the dungeon, right? So focus on actually beating these dungeons at higher stages first, even if it takes you a long time to do so. I'd rather have a 100% team, or a team that wins, 100% of the time on, you know, stage 24 dragon than stage 25 dragon, and a team that wins 80% of the time or 90% of the time. I would also always go with 100%, and if you're only winning 75, 50 or less percent of the time, maybe just put on those defense, those HP accessories and defense HP on the gauntlets and or the chest pieces, and make your champions a little bit tankier, and I think you guys would fare really well from it. And that's what you're seeing. That's the strategy I'm employing here, obviously, on these type of videos. I have to say, guys, I really enjoyed this one. You know, I like this team a lot. Very tanky, which I really enjoy as well. Has some control. We talked about it quite a bit. Had the decreased speed on 3 champions A1, so against bosses like Ice Golem, going to be helpful there as well. We don't have a lot of multi-hitters on the A1s, only a few, so probably would struggle in Fire Knight's dungeon. Other than that, though, I think like this team is really, really solid, and it just goes to show you, you don't need legendary champions. I mean, you do need, eventually, legendary champions. Let me rephrase. People invest way too much in all legendaries, and a lot of epics and a well-balanced team like this, you can get really far in the game. So don't neglect some of these champions, right? And even if there's like, you know, a champion like Jingle Hunter, Grimskin, I mean, really, we don't talk about those champions, really, you know? And they're useful. They're not OP, they're not the best epics in the game, but they can serve utility for a lot of you guys out there. That's why I really enjoyed this series. Hopefully you guys do as well. I'll include the other 2 videos, the first 2 that I did, where I pull random shards and build random teams, and you guys can go ahead, in case you missed those, check out those champions, see which one is your favorite. Who knows, it might give you inspiration to build one of these champions as well. And whoa, we almost wiped there, and we called it, man. He hit super, super hard, this dragon, and we got to kill him right. Oh! That was a little bit too close for comfort at the end there. Mordecai put out 1.4 million, Grimskin 1.3, Jingle Hunter 778, and Abyssal with some control help there as well. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Let me know if you like this series, and I'll continue doing it here on the channel. I appreciate you guys, and as always, take care, guys.